So marker a pen and follow along. So you've got a study with 37% of households having one or more dogs, 31 have one or more cats, 47 have neither. So you're already a little suspicious, right? Dogs, cats, I would do this real quick. And we've got 37 dogs, 31 cats, and 47 neither. So we can do a quick pie here. So if you go 100 minus 47, that's 53, is equal to 37 plus 31 minus x, like the overlap. Where did I leave my key here? You end up, when you do the math here, you end up with 68 minus x, take away 68 from both sides, and you end up with x is equal to 15. It's not part of my completed work, but this is 15% there, which means this is 22%, which means this is 16%. If you did this Venn diagram, I will give you 1 mark already for that. Even if you get all of this off or get this wrong, I will give you a mark for having done the work on the side. Remember, it said neither, so you're kind of wondering, oh, so 47 are not an either one. That's like outliers, right? You're thinking Venn diagrams, hopefully. How many have probability of cats but no dogs? Cats, no dogs would be 16%. Probability have cats or dogs, or is union, so you're basically adding up everything, and that would be 53%. Right? It's just adding up all of those. Have dogs but no cats, so that'll be the 22%. And you get a mark for each if you, and then obviously, let's put it this way, if you got your Venn diagram wrong, take a full mark off for that, and then I will honor these numbers based on your Venn diagram. So technically 1 to 3 is worth 4 marks because of the Venn diagram. Okay, so you cut it off there. Then we've got another Venn diagram, but again, now we're not told their percentages, so you got to watch out. So if this is 25 and that is 8, then I can subtract and get 17 in here. And 33 minus 8, that's 25 that are just in here, and 10 outliers. If you add everything up, so let's say you go 25 plus 25 plus 10, your universal is 60. I will give you a mark for figuring out that this is supposed to be 60. Whether you have it on the diagram or you have it somewhere like under each one of these probabilities, it should be out of 60, out of 60, right? Every single one, because it's probability, we know that this is going to be out of 60 every time in my case. Okay, so 1 mark for the 60, and then I'm giving you 1 mark for each correct entry. So probability of A not B, that'd be 17 out of 60. Probability of B not A, that's 25. Probability of the union, it's basically adding up these 3, or you go universal minus 10. It's 50 regardless of how you go about it. And it's just this intersection, that's 8 out of 60. So if you got your denominator wrong, go minus 1 right away. But then I will just look at the top numbers, making sure you got those right. Hopefully you got those right. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Like 4 to 7, that is worth 5 marks. Out of 10 volleyball players, the coach must pick a captain and an assistant captain. How many different combinations are there? This is probably going to throw you off because I said combinations, but the province can do that as well. You have to know that there are specific positions. There's captain, assistant, captain. So you've got 10 to fill the first spot and 9 to fill the second spot. Okay? And so that would be 90. 1 mark for that. Yeah, you're not making teams, right? You're selecting for specific positions. So it's 90. It just says number of. It doesn't say probability. It doesn't ask for odds. That is just it. 1 mark. State the odds in favor of drawing a face card from a standard deck of cards. If it says odds, you should know it's this, right? And then what follows it in favor of the event, which is face card, which means I want all my face cards here and all the cards that are not face cards on the other side. So there are 12 face cards, and you got to go 52 minus 12, right? That is 40. 12 to 40 is it's an acceptable answer, but we know that they're both even, so you could technically slice them both in half and get 6 to 20. Slice them in half again, get 3 to 10. So this will be the best answer. All the other ones are getting there as well. You still get the marks. How many different 3-digit passwords are there with at least one repeating digit? This is a 2-mark question, in my opinion. We're going to go total minus no repeats. That's our approach, because we want passwords with at least one repetition. So we're going to go, what's our total here? 10 to the power of 3, right? 10 times 10 times 10 is all possible. Minus, how do I find the no repeats? That's 10 pick 3. Huh? What? 10 times 10 times 10 would be 10 to the power of 3. That's 1,000, right? 1,000 passwords are possible. No repeats is 10 times 9 times 8. This is 72, so 720. Have no repeats. So it stands to reason that you're going to go 1,000 minus 720 to get your 280. So the answer, sorry, it's very busy here, but it is 280 passwords, what I'm looking for. If you have the 10 to the power of 3, I'll give you half. If you have 10, 9, 8, I'll give you half. But to get the full 2 marks, you need to have the 280. That step, like you subtracting, is worth 1 mark. Emphasis on at least one. At least one repeating. So you're going to be like, no, I'm going to go total minus no repeats. At least one band student. I'm going to go total minus no band students. Right? That's the pattern. 2 marks for 10. Okay, so make sure you put out of 2. Everything else that doesn't have something on it is worth 1. Okay. How many 6-letter words could be formed with the word kitten? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 6 factorial over. There's 2 T's. And that's it, right? 2 factorial like this. So that's 360. That's just worth 1 mark. So we've got, let's do this, let's add up this page here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 is 10, and 4 is 14. So this page is worth 14 marks. And then the back side. You downloaded 30 new songs on your MP3 players. You're like, what is that, right? What is an MP3 player? Used to be the cool thing we used to have to listen to music. Music only, nothing else. You have downloaded 30 new songs, and you have room for 6 on your playlist. How many different playlists are possible? You are arranging. Okay, so technically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. So it's basically 30, pick 6. Okay, that's 427,518,000 playlists. This is worth, and I did say order matters, right? So technically, if you have, right, one song that your favorite song first or second, it does matter. Make it a different playlist. Okay. state the restriction here. It would basically be, on there, it would be n is greater than or equal to 3. Here, it's n is greater than or equal to -3, because at -3, it's 0, right? And for this one, n is greater than or equal to 0. I'll give you 1 mark for that. If you're missing 1, take off half. If you're missing 2, you get 0 on this one. So there's 3 restrictions happening there. 14, I'm going to do that here. Out of 18 girls and 12 boys, that's 30 total. How many ways can you pick a group of 4? You want a team of 4, a group of 4, with an even amount of both. Okay, so we're going to go 18 choose 2 and 12 choose 2. That's it. If you multiply those two, you get 153 times 66. Ooh, so close. 10,098 groups can be made. I'm going to say all or nothing on this one. It's also worth 1. And remember, you always want to check. My total, does it add up to 30? Yes. Is it making me a team of 4? Yes. Right? So those are the things you want to check when you use combinations. 15. What's the probability of choosing a group of 4 where the number of boys and girls isn't even? Referring to the previous question. I was hoping you're going to use this answer for this one. How many even groups are there? So how many cases that are not even? You're going to get sick of this. Total minus even. I know. So what's my total number of groups that I can possibly create where I don't care? It's 30 choose 4 minus 10,098. We're just going to make this worth 1 mark because you could use previous answer for this. 30 choose 4 is, where do I have that? Somewhere in here. 27,405 minus 10,098. That gives you 17,307 uneven groups, like where it's not even. This is going to give you a mark. If you have 17,307 there anywhere, you get a mark for that. But what's missing at this point right now? It's a probability. So this is going to give you the second mark. You put that number up top, and the denominator is what? It's all possible groups, right? 27,405. We're just going to leave it at that. This is your NA. You figured out NA. And U, right, is separately. So if it's probability, you got to go NA and NU. That's another mark. So the back side, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 marks for the back side. That gives us 19 total, right? Out of 19 in total. Put your name and last name up top.